Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Guess who's back?
Sorry, that's jet lag. Guess who's back?
again.
He couldn't
friend.
He couldn't keep me away, Ray. He couldn't keep me away. I had to come back. That's the trouble with holidays or vacays or whatever you want to call it. They kind of come and they go so quick, don't they?
Yeah, they
You know, it's like the old Doppler effect. You know, when you hear a train go past and it's like, you know, and it's like, I always think of that like holidays, like Christmas. It's like, oh, it's miles away, and all of a sudden it's, oh, dang, missed it. Oh, fellas, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you.
So
man.
good to see you.
Well,
How you
almost
been?
it's like we've seen you on the videos. You know, it's like you've been. It's like like you're here. It's like you was here. You know, because I was watching your videos of your restaurant and the beach walks and talks and stuff.
Yeah, it looked like you had good weather, great food, and great company. So what else could you ask for?
I don't know about the food. Weather was good. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did somebody order the quesadilla? I heard somebody was ordering the quesadilla.
Well, if you tried to order beans and toast, I know you were disappointed.
No beans on toast. But there was definite baked beans to be had, though. So it was only a hop, skip, and a jump from there and toast. And we had Cuban toast, which is quite nice. You ever had Cuban toast? It's like bread, as you would imagine, and then they kind of put butter in the middle and then toast it. So they sort of slice it in the middle and put butter in and then toast it. That's quite nice.
Yeah,
that's all right. Yeah, $70 breakfast that was.
I don't like that, Rokk.
Oh mate, the expense.
Florida.
I almost went bankrupt over just breakfasts and dinners. It was terrible. I tell you, the average dinner was about $150. And I know there were 4 adults, but we were sharing mains, guys. We were like splitting the mains because, well, you know, it was too
I've
much
got a
for us.
question for you that I don't know if you can answer. What happens if you fell and broke your leg? You pay cash here in America for your...
Yeah. So the way it works
is,
so we have to pay cash and then we claim it back. So we have to be covered by, you know, with insurances. But the way it works is we have to front it and then we claim it back. Now, obviously, if we ended up having had to have a major operation or a procedure, then we'd need to get in touch with insurance and they get involved a lot sooner. But if it was a fall over or, you know, a burn or something.
No, we had to pay $5,000 Mexico.
Oh, this is where your friend had the thing that went through his face.
His mouth.
The handle grip went right through his mouth and knocked his teeth off. And
this was a bike, wasn't it? It was a motorbike.
And the grip went in his mouth. It was like just like that, you know, in his mouth. Knocked his teeth out, and the doctor not speak just very, very little English, but 5,000.
Really?
Visa. He can say Visa, MasterCard, American Express.
No.
He said old damn credit cards in English perfectly.
Let me say this: you don't want your mouth wired shut anywhere but your home country. I'm sure.
So, they had to do the surgery. They had to wire his jaw because his jawbone. So please be safe on the trip when you go out.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's on a liquid diet for a little while.
Yeah. Right. He's okay though,
Matt, there was a KFC that was in Mexico next to our hotel, so I went and got mashed potatoes. I had to liquefy the potatoes and then stick a straw so he could do. And he was like,
that is horrible. Yeah. Oh man, that is horrible.
He's no longer suffering though, so that's good.
Oh, is he? What is he? No longer on the planet?
No, he's up in the.
Wow, this story just gets better and better.
I know. I mean, it wasn't from the accident; it was something else. But God bless.
Phoenix says, "Were you threatening me, William?"
What happens if you broke your leg, Rokk?
Yeah. Have you got a prize horse and a bed? No. And says, my wife showed me this meme that said, when you live in Florida, you watch people spending a lot of money on vacation while they can do that every day like normal. I can't wait to be able to say that. What?
I don't know about that.
I don't know what that meant. But I honestly, it was expensive. I kept saying to my daughters, well, it's the same price for everybody else. But the problem is the old pound and the dollar they weren't very good. So, it cost a lot of dosh. That said, it didn't cost us much to get around. We didn't actually even use a full tank of fuel in the whole holiday. And we prepaid for a full tank. So rather than fill it up and take it back, we paid a little bit more so that it didn't matter. We just drop it off and off you go.
Who'd you use as did you use like Hertz or
Hertz.
So we use Hertz and we always do the prepaid.
Yeah.
Cause man, we're trying to
drop it off, don't you?
You just want to hurry up because we always running late.
Yeah.
I gotta wait for Nicole. I'm like, Nicole, we're catching a plane. You're not going to the club or nothing, and I gotta get my hair. How does this look?
Where have you put it?
We gotta go. We gotta drop the car off. We gotta drop the car off. We gotta catch the plane.
That's amazing. So Hertz have got it sorted. We literally drove into the rental drop off. Right, just going up. I'm looking for somewhere to park, and the guy's put his hand out and he says, "Put the keys on the dash and go." What?
Yeah.
Don't I have to park it? No, just get out. I'm right, okay. That was it. We were gone. And then about an hour later, got a receipt, and it said $69 for the tank of fuel, which I was quite happy with. And that was the job. Gig to Sneak.
What up, Geek?
Thank you so much, brother, for the $1.99. Muchos apreciatis o chotos, or whatever it is in Mexico. I was going to ask you, Ray, the fellow with up his mouth.
Yes.
The Mexican friend. Did he is it the same in Mexico then as the States? Do you not have like what's up, Super J? Such a lovely fellow. Thank you so much, my friend.
What's going on?
Is it like the same? Is it the same? Does it work exactly the same in South America from Mexico down as it does in North America?
I don't know what it is in South America. I could ask my brother-in-law when he comes in from Brazil tonight.
Brazil.
Yes. But yes, I'm not streaming tonight. I got my brother-in-law coming in from Brazil. He works at the embassy, Nicole's brother.
Wow.
His flight comes in at 11:30 tonight. So
awesome. Are they the same time zone? Do they have like multiple time zones as well? I know I'm full of questions, guys. I'm just I'm on another planet still.
I think that is that's a good question. It's kind of weird because when Nicole's talking to him at night, I think it's like early in the day. So I don't know. I gotta check.
Okay.
But I know in Mexico, I said, hey, he's got insurance, and this says, well, his insurance doesn't work in Mexico, so they reimburse. So as soon as he got the five. So anyway, I said, "Yo, how much you got on your credit card?"
Yeah. 0.
So I had about $2,000 in traveler's checks, and I had some cash on me, and then my friend we had another friend. He just said, "Just take my card." I said, "What? Take the card?" And so. Just charge it. But he did. As soon as we got back in America, they reimbursed him, and he paid the other guy the $5,000 back. But
that is some
without that surgery, I mean, his lip was hanging, his jaw was broke. He needed to get his jaw wired, and they had to stick all this gauze like down his throat, and he was in a lot of pain. And the doctor says it has to be done. It's got to be done, and I'm like, well. I mean, look, can I give you half and I'll pay you back? I can give you 2,000. Can you do it for 2? Can you help a brother out? Can I give you 2,000? Yeah. And he's like, nah, I can't. Nope, nope, can't do it. And so we just.
He's like, we can wire half his mouth shut.
So my friend
wire us the money, we'll wire his mouth.
And the guy he just got the credit card. He just wanted to hold it. and not spin it, and he's just
Yeah.
like, here, just take it. We
Wow.
got it. We
Wow.
can't leave our mate in pain
That's
like that.
crazy.
Yeah.
But you were quite young, weren't you? This is quite some years ago now.
We were celebrating his effing 24th birthday. I was
No.
Yeah, so
It wasn't even
and
a special birthday.
so I was 20. I was 23. He was turning 24, and my friend, he was 20.
Wow.
And so 20, and he just like
Wow.
hit it. But
Did he have like
I mean,
permanent scars and stuff, and like cleft lip sort of thing, and what
so
have you?
what happened is that he had a scar on his lip, but all his teeth were knocked out. So what they had
And
to
he
do
hole
is
punched.
So when we got back to the
Onto the
States,
palate of his mouth.
they had to take a bone from his thigh and place it here, and then they had these implants that they had to put in there, and then they had to do the teeth. But I remember one time he's like, "Ray, come in here," and I was like, "What?" One of my tooth implants fell out. I said, "Well, where did it go?" "It's down in the sink." I said, "What?
Wow.
What?" Yeah, his tooth dropped and fell down the damn
No.
sink pipe. So I had to unscrew the pipe and take his teeth. When he used to go on dates and he had smiled, his tooth fell out and landed on the sink.
Wow.
Oh, the poor guy, man.
He had a
Wow. Wow.
Ray, I'm telling you, man, they should make a movie about this man. That's all I'm saying. They should make a movie about this man.
Oh wow. The minus
And then-
$5,999,500 man.
Ray, listen, I'm gonna force you to put the cherry on top. After he passed away and he was cremated, Ray, take it away.
Hey, we went to the movies, man. I stuck my hand in the popcorn box and I went, "Oh fuck, man! Do something with your damn tooth, man! God, he fell in the damn popcorn box. I can't make this up, man."
He had the last laugh. He came
I was
back
like,
as a
"Do you
piece of
tell him?"
salted popcorn.
So they had, and so
Wow.
I'm like, dude, tell him to super epoxy and screw that thing in there. But it was always that middle tooth that just
Wow.
kept coming out.
Wow.
Kept coming
Ah.
out. I can't.
Anyway, that's that for the show.
Yeah. I hope you all had a wonderful time.
Oh, mate, that's such a story. And it never gets old. It must be at least the second time I've heard it.
It goes a little further. He was transporting his ashes and was going to transport it into
Oh
something.
my God, no!
Dude.
Don't.
It went.
No.
Ray
No.
spilled his friend. Yes, he did.
No!
Oh my God.
No! What, you blew his ashes all over the airline or something?
I was okay. So when he passed away and he got cremated, his dad, he wanted you, Ray, to put his ashes in the urn. And I remember crying. His dad was crying, and like an idiot, I didn't think just put the whole bag in there. But I said,
Oh,
you know
you
what?
poured
I'm gonna pour it like that.
Yeah.
And his father, don't you?
Now you know.
I got-
you know his friend
I got
was laughing his
ashes.
ass off.
I have
You know he was.
ashes on my mustache.
No.
And around my face. His dad had. We was like. And then you had one job, Ray. One job. And we laughed. I said,
Yeah.
dude, he did that. He did that. He must have did something.
He tickled
did
your
that.
nose, did he?
He did that.
Just a little bit of my
that.
friend.
He
How
was
sweet.
laughing.
He did that.
Wow.
He was
He did
laughing.
that.
Wow.
But we did get him in the urn. We did get him in the urn, and may he rest in peace.
How much does a Greek earn? There you go. It's an old vaudeville joke for you. William, how has your week been? Or at least
great,
the last
Rokk.
10 days. It's been 2 weeks. Yeah.
I'll make mine short and very sweet. I've been great.
No. Fill your boots. Like Ray filled his urn.
Oh, come on. Oh, my God.
I'm a half cup fuller. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. Been doing good. Been playing some games. I beat Jedi Survivor. I don't know if you've beaten that or not. Yeah, I've been
Nice.
chipping away at some games.
What did you think of it?
The combat is really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
The story
So
kinda-
out of 10, 6?
Yeah, five or six.
5. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and
Oh,
here's the
wow.
thing. Here's the thing. Let me preface this. The combat is really cool. It's really compelling, and it does towards the end of the game make you feel powerful, like Darth Vader, pulling people towards you, throwing them, pulling multiple people up, and slamming them on the ground. That kind of stuff is really cool. But I'm not a Dark Souls type of game player. And the first one was Dark Souls-esque, like light. And this one is just straight up Dark Souls with a lightsaber. Every boss encounter is going to make you curse if you don't have it on what I like to call baby bitch setting, which is the very lowest one.
All my games are played on that level.
Well, I was like, hey, I'll do it on Jedi Knight. No. I turned it to Padawan and was like, it's a slog. It's kind of a slog. I didn't really like the story, and it was a slog. But the combat's really cool, though. They really did build some compelling stuff on top of what came before.
Okay. I mean, I've only just started playing it. I got it, it was waiting for me when I got back off holiday. It was a renter. The thing is, I'm juggling that with Redfall and Evil Dead 2, and I've been doing a lot more Breath of the Wild and Disney.
Make time for it. Don't switch it up between multiple games. You need all your concentration.
You need to focus on
Yes, you really do.
Yeah,
you really do. Because the level design is kind of the same. It's vertical and it goes down and it goes, across. So like there's all kinds of ways to get confused or lost or stuff like that. But
what did you play it on? Did you play it on a console or PC?
PC. Yep. And it was a lot of fun. I know a lot of people had frame rate issues and stuff. I didn't really experience that except for COBOL. There's a cantina you go into or
right.
They got a name for it, but anyway, it's basically just a bar. And as you go in, there'd be like hitching, like your CPU frames wouldn't be matched up exactly. It'd feel a little weird. But once you got out of the area, it'd be better. It happened a few times, but apparently on some of the consoles, it was doing it a lot.
Really,
if David was here today, he could tell us
in the chat. I mean, I know there've been multiple patches in the last week or so. I'll see how it goes. I'll be honest with you. So far, it hasn't really bitten, but I say that about every game when I start it. So I've decided I'm just going to stop saying it now until I'm near the end of a game, and I'll say if I enjoyed it or not. But we'll see. But I'm loving the other games. I
wish they packed way more better stuff around the combat. Is what I guess is what I wish. But the combat's pretty compelling. It makes you feel powerful, and it's fun to swing your saber and stuff. So,
have you played it at all, Ray? Are you waiting to give it a go?
I don't do Dark Soul games.
No, I don't do. I didn't know it was until William just mentioned it. I'm gutted.
I love watching people play the game. I love watching them play it, but I can't.
I've got a tip for you guys.
Cheat. Oh, have you? That's what she said.
Because there's I'll bring it up when I talk about the game.
That's also what she said.
That I'm discussing today, but there's a thing called WeMod, and if you install it, it's got all kinds of games, and you just click on the game, start the game on your desktop, and then you bring up the trainer, and you can like do infinite lives, get skill points, and all that kind of stuff. And the reason I bring it up is this: the game I'm going to talk about today was one of those games I cheated to complete. To actually enjoy it, I had to cheat.
I didn't.
Cyberpunk. Oh, I know, and it's good though that we're gonna have varying opinions. So Cyberpunk, I played through that multiple times. I had a great time with it, but to get a little more life out of the game, like in Cyberpunk, you have to have a build because you can't be great in everything.
That's where I've always struggled.
Yes, so I used a trainer to give me all the points. I could just max everything out, and I'm a jack of all trades.
Wow!
So I played through again that way. You can get a little more life out of your games. If you take it serious and you want the achievements and you want to complete them, that's absolutely awesome. Yeah. But if you find yourself not enjoying something and you still want to complete it, just use one of these trainers, man.
But don't you get banned for using them? It's not like,
only
not a cheat thing.
No. It's not a cheat engine to where like you're going on Siege and you're trying to compete and cheat. That's totally different. We're talking single player games only is what I'm referring to.
I've used it. I used it on a game. What is it? Overkill. What was the show? The Walking Dead Overkill. I used the code because it was just extremely hard. So I used the code and I got through the game. But I also had some guys jump in there and they're like, "What the hell is this guy? Are you cheating? Are you cheating? No, I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating. Yeah, you are. You have done. No, I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating. He's not dying.
Yeah."
You're not dying. You're not dying.
But you can get a little more life out of your games by messing around like that.
But obviously only on PC though. It's
yes,
PC.
Sadly,
thing.
It is on PC.
Ray, what about you, my good friend? What have you been playing with?
Well, last night I streamed some Dark Tide Warhammer. Trying to
Oh, is that the Bolt one? The new
no,
Warhammer?
that's the
Bolton or something.
No, it's just all I know is Dark Tide Warhammer 40,000,
40K.
It's a good game.
Yeah,
It's a good game.
and I'm leveling up my character. I'm going back playing some of these games I got a while back, and trying to at least finish them or level up my character. So I streamed that last night. Actually, fun getting some of the newer weapons and stuff. Trying to get through that, and love my Marvel Snap Chapter 4 because they got the Guardians of the Galaxy story, and Chapter 4 just came out, so been playing a little bit of that. So yeah, and then Battlefield with this guy, listen to him scream and yell, and having fun, hanging out in the Discord with some really great people.
Yeah, what movies, guys? Yeah, obviously I've been away for a couple of weeks. Have you seen any movies that I haven't?
went this weekend. I saw The Evil Dead Rising, and I said, "Well, good night, son. Oh, by the way, the demon. I think the flesh book is under your bed. So good night." And I'll turn the lights out and close the door.
Book of the Damned. Book of the Damned. That sounded awful.
Thank you. What did I say? The flesh book.
Yeah, it sounded like fleshlight.
It's a book made of flesh. It's got the pages are made of skin. And, but you're right. That does sound better. The Book of the Damned. But I saw that with my wife, and she did a couple of jump scares. And then what else did we see? We also saw the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Excellent.
That yet.
Excellent. So
but,
yeah, some good movies.
The D&D movie is out on Paramount Plus. I watched that, and I watched Quantum Mania, the new Marvel film. Well, not the newest one, but the one that just got released for streaming on Disney Plus. That's
the D&D one is it's kind of Guardians of the Galaxy for Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Kinda, yeah. They take like the exact same world that you play in Baldur's Gate 3. It's in that world. They actually go to Baldur's Gate.
No way.
It's a cool game, movie. Yeah,
wow,
cool.
That is awesome. Yeah, I want to go and see Guardians of the Galaxy.
Cowboy said he did. My son wanted to go see Fast and Furious. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm done with the Fast and the Furious. I can't take it no more. I'm done. I was done at like 3 and 4.
Fast 10.
I can't do anymore. And my son was mad. And I'm like, dude, don't you want to see some evil, some blood, some monsters? I want to see. It's got John Cena and Vin Diesel, and it's got Tyrese. Jason Momoa.
Oh, he's in it now, is he? Or has he always been in it?
No,
I've never seen one of them, so I couldn't tell you.
So it's got a bunch of characters. I'm just done.
No, I've never seen it's not my kind of a film. I mean, I'm very picky about what I go and see at the flicks these days. In fact, I haven't been for a while. And then I found out there's a new DiCaprio movie. I forget what it's called. Murder of the Killer Flowers or something.
Yeah.
And it looks amazing. It got a standing ovation at Cannes.
Oh, wow.
And the good news is if you've got it, it's coming direct to Apple TV. Because it's funded by Apple.
Oh, nice.
And it's Martin Scorsese directs. And then you've got DiCaprio and Robert De Niro as well.
Yeah, it looks like a period piece, and it looks like the indigenous Indians of America get brought over like a showpiece. Look at the savage, and all that kind of stuff.
It's based on a true story.
It looks incredible, actually.
Yeah. It does. It looks amazing. The trailer looks stunning, so I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be out in a month or two, I guess. So yeah, all good. But there you go. That's the end of the show. Oh, brilliant. Oh, yes, and Ant started watching Yellow Jackets. I did tell him, William, that not to give any spoilers away, but the first couple of seasons were brilliant, and then maybe don't bother with the last one. And I said that was on your say-so. He said he didn't care.
Yeah. No. This is not giving anything away without even telling you what the show's about, but I don't think they needed a supernatural element to make it scary. I'm just saying.
Because just human psychology,
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
bro.
people are pretty nasty, aren't they?
Yeah, especially
in a
when they're
kind of-
starving and they're in
Right.
a horrible. Yeah, oh, bro.
Yeah, Lord of the Flies type stuff. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all it needs to be, isn't it?
Human
Yeah.
nature is scary enough, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know,
human nature is very scary. Should we
You
get
know,
on with the news? Sorry, Ray,
Cowboy
go on.
said you gave. Cowboy just said you gave it away. He's shaking his head at you, dude.
No, I did.
Shaking my head. You said you gave it away.
SMH. No, he's not. He hasn't told you about the Darth Vader ending or anything.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
kept
you're
it to
right.
himself. Right, let's get over to the news.
All right, Cowboy, they're all dead.
One day, oh look, there's a little Wilson up there. Oh, bless him. Let's we'll hide David for now. David's coming back, but he's not. He's got relationship duties to perform at the moment, so he's doing his thing with his thing. Yes. So as you do. So there we go, Michael. Well, this is the big news, of course, that over the last week or so, since last Thursday anyway, Microsoft have started to roll out some of its games on NVIDIA GeForce Now and also on recently Boostroid. So both GFN and Boostroid getting the same titles initially, which are Gears 5. Great game, by the way, or at least I thought it was.
Yeah.
Deathloop, another good game. Grounded, excellent game. And Pentiment, which I think isn't that the Ink medieval thing? I can't remember.
I think it is the Ink one. I think
it
is.
Well, they definitely Gears 5 was out last week, and they said that they got a bunch more coming out this week. And Boostroid have basically announced the same games coming on the 1st of June. The story behind the scenes, which you guys may not be aware of, but I've been reliably informed, interestingly enough, this is Microsoft have told them these are the games, which is fairly obvious given they're both coming out with the same stock of games. So they've said, these are your games, and as far as I know, I don't know that they've been told yet what the next tranche will be and when they're likely to come out. So I don't know if there's a story behind that or not, but who knows whether they're just kind of doing just enough to honour the agreement prior to an Activision Blizzard King takeover. What do you guys think on that?
Well, I'm excited. I played the Gears of War 5 on my my Xbox console, but it's a game I didn't finish. I would probably pick it up and play it on GeForce, see how it is with the better graphics and stuff. So I think it's great. I think it's really good that they're putting some of those games on the cloud. I mean, you're getting to play some of these games on the cloud, so I think that's pretty cool.
Yep. Anytime you can skip hardware and just play, that's for me. It truly is. So I'm happy they're finally getting them. But I will say this though, Cowboy, if you're giving a roundhouse kick, make sure you stretch, or you're going to be having surgery on that hip too. You're getting to be old. Be careful. That's all I'm saying.
He does a roundhouse kick on every show. He gets up, walks to the back of the room, and kicks the living daylights out of his poor old bubble on a stick. I feel quite sorry for him. Hello there, how are you, dude?
Hey,
See, the thing is this, all of these games, I'm fairly certain, are or were on xCloud.
Yeah.
So, obviously these are the PC versions. But they're not strangers to cloud per se. I know I've definitely played Deathloop, Grounded,
Yes.
and I think I played Gears on xCloud. I definitely played those two anyway.
I'm thinking though, what I want to see. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of people haven't had a very good experience on the cloud with Xbox, xCloud. I know when I play on my console, it runs really, really good sometimes, and then sometimes if I play it in a browser, it doesn't. Everybody has different experiences, but with something like GeForce Now, you do get to play it on the RTX 4080. You get to play it on some really cool settings and stuff. You can crank up the settings.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
cannot do that with xCloud.
No, that's true. That's very true.
Boosteroid. Once again, like I said, you can play it on xCloud. Experience it also because it's I've had Boosteroid and I played some pretty good games. Boosteroid is pretty good. So, yeah, once again I say I think it's a win, but for the cloud.
Yeah, I mean, there's no major downside. I guess, I guess the only thing is a lot of people were expecting an avalanche, a tsunami of Microsoft games to suddenly appear on GeForce Now and Boosteroid.
I thought that would EA.
Well, they specified. They
I thought-
specified. I was
go
going to
ahead.
say they specified that it was going to be the Xbox for PC gaming, like games
Yeah,
that were coming
right.
over. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just going to be the Xbox titles that were going to end up showing up over there. So
No, although they've also said the store will be coming, access to Microsoft Store. I mean, at that point, how's it going to work? How's it going to work? You buy a game and you can't play it.
yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
So you kind of have to imagine, and this is probably one for people that have done more research than me, but you kind of have to imagine at some point you're going to be able to buy a game on the Microsoft Store via GeForce Now, for example, or Boosteroid, and it's there available for you to play in the cloud, if it's available to play in the cloud.
Well, I would like to get back to some kind of model like that, like Stadia had. I really would.
Yeah.
You could buy the game and then play it on that cloud service. So
I mean, both Boosteroid and GeForce do have options for you to buy the game. So if you click on a game in their library and you don't own it, I mean, on Boosteroid, I think it sends you to Fanatical, and GeForce Now will send you off to Steam or to Epic or GOG, depending on where it lives. So you kind of do. I mean, it is an external experience. You do get sent out of the
somewhere
app.
else.
Yeah. But once you bought it, particularly if it's Steam, it lives in your library, so you straight away can play it. But Vet, thank you so much, my friend. Back in my day, says Vet, we just looked at the clouds. We didn't play in the clouds. Well,
You couldn't reach them.
yeah. Back in Vet's day, there were no planes or anything. So he had an unhindered view of the clouds, didn't he?
I was a bit premature at the end there.
Vet Rock ignoring Grandpa Vet's comments. Oh, they were there, mate. They were there. We got.
Vet, congratulations. He is a new grandfather. Just want to give him
Of
a shout.
course he is. I'm now getting the links. Yes,
Congrats.
of course he is. Although he must have been about 7 when he had that first child. I mean, how does that work?
He developed early, Rock. He developed early.
Hey, he was looking up at the clouds.
I have no idea how that works. I just imagine there's just this like absolute clan of little vets around America. It's like Boris Johnson. Yeah. Boris Johnson's got another kid. Boris Johnson has about 12 kids. Wow. The guy is, he's definitely trying to form a rugby team or something. I don't know what the heck he's up to.
Who's that? Was it Robert De Niro at 79? He's got a baby too.
Oh, yeah.
79.
You can do that with money. I mean, the kid's only going to know him for a couple of years, but
that's true. That's very true.
I mean, yeah. At our age, we can't be doing things like that, Ray. We haven't got the cash.
Dude,
not only that, it was
yeah, not only that, two bricks and can you feel the love tonight? Absolutely, that ain't happening. That's a story for another day. What else we got? Oh yeah.
Does it hurt? Only when you get your fingers between the bricks.
Yeah, indeed. Ah, dear. Do you know what? I feel for the old Logitech G Cloud. It's available to buy now. It's finally gone live.
Yeah.
But they've now with the whole Asus and Steam Deck 2 and everything, and I don't know. Has it missed the boat? I kind of feel it has.
I do.
What do you reckon, guys?
For those who don't have $700 and you can't get the Steam Deck and you can't get the Rokk, then this is your alternative right here. I mean, you can still, chill at your house and sit on your couch and play games.
Well, look up at the cloud.
I do think it's. I agree with Ms. Phoenix. I do think it's unfortunate timing for the Logitech because of the Steam Deck come out before it, and it clearly is does stuff this one isn't designed to do. But then now the ROG Ally's coming out, and really, unless you're just using this for cloud and that's basically your only use case, there's really not much you can do with it. I mean, take for example what the PlayStation is supposed to be doing here soon. They're going to release a handheld that's for remote play within your house, like a handheld that you could play upstairs or hand to your kid and say, "Here, you can play the PS5, but still watch something different on the TV." Like, I don't know what other use case there is for that other than that.
But you can do that on any Windows
I
PC.
mean, honestly,
Right.
Honestly,
Or Mac.
honestly, you got. It's like you go to a car lot and you got different cars at different prices. So this one price point would be perfect for somebody that wants a handheld under $400. It's no different than so. Hey, where do you want to be priced at? We got this Rokk here for $700. No. Okay, how about this right here for $500? What do you got for $300?
Well, I saw a few of those in Florida, I could tell you. Wow. Oh,
I ain't
dear,
hating
dear.
on it. I mean, honestly, I believe it or not, because I love the cloud. I play in the cloud for a little extra, little something. $300, but I pick it up. You know.
Yeah. I mean, what's the entry level Steam Deck these days? 350? Something like that.
Look at that, like
I
320.
mean, this is
329.
it's UK, but I mean, it's not going to be far off similar price.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know though. I mean, it's 1080p, which is a higher res screen than the Steam Deck. It's obviously designed around more of a mobile chipset.
It's a
so
60 hertz screen too, in the
Yeah,
ROG's
decent
120, and
it's not OLED though, is it?
I don't think so.
No. I mean, we did look at it in detail back in the day, but it's been a while. And you know, they've out the box. You're straight in with xCloud, GeForce Now. I think Boosteroid as well. Shadow recently announced that you'll be able to fire up Shadow app, get in with that. So comes with 6 months of Game Pass Ultimate. That's not too bad. 4 months of GeForce Now. Well, up to 4 months and up to 6 months. I'm not sure what the up part is. Let's have a look. Up to 6 months. 6 months for new accounts, 3 months for existing accounts. Okay. All right. And presumably it's... Oh, no, it just says 4 months GeForce Now. And 1 month of Shadow. I mean, it's going to take some of the pain away, but you do have to use those accounts if you're going to get value from them. See, the thing is, I was all in on the Rogue, the ROG Ally, until it was pointed out to me that if I plug it into a monitor, it's probably only going to be 720 or something. And I know most people are going, "What? It's a handheld." But that's me. I like most of the time to have it plugged into a monitor, and then I can take it away if I want to.
Yeah, you can plug it in and I think go up to 2K, but you're not going to game at 2K.
No, exactly.
Yeah. And
once
that's what you would be
getting
doing.
the game going
Onto the bigger screen, you'd be gaming on that screen. Yeah. And Reaver the Beaver makes an interesting comment about Asus. That ROG is an Asus product. Now, Asus has had problems with their motherboards lately, and they've had a kerfluffle around that. And I'm not going to go in the weeds with it, but basically, it is the same company, but it is slightly different. It's not the same type of board manufacturer that would go into a computer, but it is still Asus. So he's got a point about, just keep that in mind.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because we've got a little story in a second about the Kishi, or the Rishi Sunak, as Wilson thought it said. And and the thing is, you can
Mm.
genuinely use a half decent Android phone with a little handheld.
Okay. So since you're putting it that way, this is a garbage deal. And the reason I say that is this, because everybody's usually already got an Android phone, and you can do the same thing with your phone. You can connect it to the Kishi, you got the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Really, you do. And you might even have a better screen on your phone than what that has. Not me personally, my phone sucks. But Ray's phone's good. Isn't it, Ray? You got 120, don't you?
Let me tell you something. When I play xCloud on my browser or on my PC, even on my console, my effing phone looks better sometimes, and I'm like, what the hell? It looks clear, it runs better. It's just, but it's just so small though. So I need to get me one of them cowboy phones, big, huge.
The big phone,
big old tablet phone.
But then you pay $1,800 for the latest Google Pixel version of that. And what's that all about? I mean, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? So get yourself like maybe a 22 or a 23 Ultra Samsung or something, one of the decent sized screens. Slap on one of those fellas, and then you've got access to all these services, including xCloud.
A way cheaper solution.
But my handheld right now, is the Rokk. That's the handheld that I want in 2023. I want that Rokk.
You want that Ally. You want that big boy. Yeah.
Yep, I want the big boy.
Yeah, it's a Christmas for me, I think, mate. I genuinely don't have the readies for that one.
I'm trying to butter up the wife.
You trying to bugger it? That's
butter her out. No.
That's the last thing she want, mate. No. Whatever, you can have the damn thing.
No.
Wowza. Right, the Razor kit. We're okay. We're after 30 seconds. We won't get taken down. We're good. The Razor Kishi, which I've just mentioned, has dropped in price. Now, I've seen this. It's definitely in the UK. I'm not sure about elsewhere, so it's worth checking. But look at this. Original price of $80. And now 37, so less than half price.
What?
And that is not bad. I'm actually quite tempted on this, because truthfully, then you've got yourself a completely customizable cloud gaming handheld.
Yeah, with something you already own.
Right.
You're basically buying a controller. I mean, technically.
Yeah, of course you are. Now, I mean, the thing is, this won't replace, for me, it wouldn't replace a Steam Deck or an Ally, because those guys will run native Windows apps. We're talking purely Android games, anything that runs on your phone. But you can do it. But when it's up against the Logitech, I kind of think I'm going to pay 37 quid and take my chances. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It both runs on Android. It's basically the same thing, but one is built way more expensively. So,
well, the only argument I've ever heard for people saying why they would rather have a dedicated handheld versus their phone is that if their phone rings or they get a tweet or a TikTok-y thing or whatever, they're kind of in the middle of a game. They can't do a lot about it. And I kind of get that, but
but if you're a serious gamer, you turn on Do Not Disturb. We know how this works.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about 10% of the price at $36.99.
That's what I mean. If you look at it from that standpoint, it's not a good deal in any stretch of the imagination. Because you've almost got half of that in your hand if you've got a decent or relatively new phone. Yeah. You've got it in your hand already.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. I don't know. Ray, what do you think? Have we put you off the Ally, mate? You still going to, still waiting for that big puppy?
I don't know. But
he's still buttering the
bread. I mean, that's what I spend at my McDonald's.
Oh yeah. For the quiche here.
So I mean, I could easily. I mean, that's cheap.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is a good deal, isn't it? I don't know where that deal is. The Razor Kishi, which lets you turn your eyes as plummeted from. Back in it as a keeper, the only deal, it doesn't really say that with more times Game Pass GeForce taken away 2 sticks, I mean, is it? Let's go to Amazon and see if it's there. But I tried clicking the link that it showed, and it didn't go anywhere. So Razor Kishi, and also I don't know if this is the the version 2 or version. Let's see, $99.99. Wow.
Yeah, if they've had a revision, then maybe they're getting rid of the original stock.
I'm reckoning that's what it is, William, because they're not suggesting it's the version 2, the newer one. They're just simply saying the Razor Kishi, and the standard Kishi is
where it says original 79. Is that the link to the item?
I tried.
Okay.
It's actually an Amazon link, but it isn't taking me there. Let me copy the link out. Let's go up here and have a look.
Because I was just wondering, it would probably say version 1 if we went over there, I'm sure.
Yeah, because it sends me to the US version. It's not actually showing me anything. But it's almost certainly the first version. However, I don't know. What's the difference between V2 and V1? Do we know?
Oh, they probably readjusted some buttons or the
different
how
sheen of black.
Yeah, or how it squeezes your phone, or a strap they might have changed. You never know, man. When it comes to that kind of stuff, what they could have changed.
But I do have a GameSir, and I play on Hellhead. It works great when I'm playing Game Pass.
So Eddie says, and I think it might have been Rudig's earlier, said that he's read that when you plug it into an external, you get 4K and 1440, which is 2K. Now I'm absolutely happy as anything with 1440, but given that the native screen is 1080, so it's going to have to pump it out at twice that, and
Yeah, you're not game on that little handheld.
you're going to have to do it on pretty low game settings, aren't you?
Yeah.
You
Yep,
know,
and
I'd rather
definitely
stick with my
use-
Shield and GeForce, I think.
Like, let's be 100% honest. They're using DLSS to get the high frame rates they're getting already. So you bump it up to 4K or 1440, and now you've lost
Yeah.
all that you gained from DLSS. So, you know, like Rock's saying, it's not quite like the Switch
Gotta balance it.
that you can just dock it and then start playing. You know, but it is an interesting tech. I would love to have a device that was very much like the PSP used to be back in the day, but to be able to run my actual games on it, my PC and Steam games, it would be incredible for me. But my use case is very small, and I don't know how big of a window it is for everyone
Right.
else. If it's, you know,
And then Cloudbuster says that, you know, you got a 30-day return policy to Amazon, so you could actually try it out.
That's true as
and
well. Yeah,
return
yeah.
it.
What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for Ray to get it, and then and I shall wait for his opinion, because the one thing you're guaranteed with Ray
First
is
version.
you'll get 100% what it is. You won't get it sugar coated. So absolutely, I'm more than happy to stand by what Ray says. So yeah, this looks like if we were to do a currency exchange, it probably is the version. I know it says $45, but it's not a million miles away from the 37 quid.
No.
So yeah, this is the original. This isn't the version 2. The version 2 is, well, as it says here, it's $95 and £99 in the UK. So I don't know what difference you get, to be honest, between the pair of them. I'd need somebody far more knowledgeable about Razor Kishis to say Universal Fit Steam Stream PC. I mean, it's doing the same job, isn't it? As long as it's either Bluetooth or direct USB-C, it's going to be controlling your game. I don't know what the difference is. Anyway, it's $50 less, so, you know, pays your money, takes your choice. Extendable bridge, maximum performance, play PC and console games. So what does that mean then? I mean, how can you play PC games on a phone
through GFN.
other than through GFN?
Yeah, you
Stream
can.
PC, play full PC, Xbox, and PlayStation games directly on the phone with support for the biggest game streaming apps. There you go.
So
Right.
GFN,
Yeah.
xCloud, yeah.
Right. So that's all.
Yeah.
That's all in the bleeding semantics, isn't it?
That's what I thought. See, Miss Phoenix did the research for us. She said version 2 has better buttons, triggers, and a more universal fit. So how it does hug the phone is a little different.
Right.
So.
Okay. So
Makes
go for the 37 quid, 46 quid version. You're never going to know, and if you've never owned the version 2, you're going to be more than happy. That's how I look at it. Anyway, it's just, you know, Logitech's out. If you want it, it's there. Go and get it. If you do get it, let us know what you think. I know there's quite a few guys that were quite keen. It'd be nice to know what they thought. But if you have a Steam Deck and you've been thinking to yourself, oh, they're all getting OLEDs and 1080s and it's all, oh, it's hurting, man. Well, this bunch here reckon that they will sell you a literal replacement screen, because you can take a Steam Deck apart quite easily. It's not, you know, there's plenty of YouTube videos around that you can do it, and literally just pop out the screen and replace it with a new one. These
When did they
guys-
bring this up? Before
Well-
or after Asus is going to eat their lunch? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's not. Let's just get this. It is not Valve. In fact,
Oh, okay.
Valve are actually very skeptical about this. Valve says, I don't know if they said in this article, but I read elsewhere. Valve says we do not see. It's not a simple case of just switching out the screen, because there's configuration and there's VRAM and there's battery and all these other things that are going to have to play. Well, the outfit, Deck HD, say, yeah, we got it covered. We got it covered, and we're going to be announcing soon what the effect on battery is going to be, and they're very bullish about it. It says, new Steam Deck third-party screen boosts resolution all the way up to 1200p, but certainly they're saying you'll get a full HD at 1920 by 1200.
You would have to be a diehard Steam Deck dude to want to even attempt that. Think about it, man. You just go with the other version if you really want that better screen.
Well, yeah, and I guess it depends if it's still under warranty and if that troubles you or frightens you. You're going to need to see people like Linus, who, by the way, is retiring as CEO. Have you seen his recent videos?
But you're gonna still see. I watched the whole video.
Everything, yeah.
What he said basically is,
his old boss.
I'm going to delegate. Somebody's getting my old job. I'm getting a new title, and I'm not.
I don't blame him. I've been trying to do that for years.
I mean, that's cool because he went, his mentor and his old boss. He been wanting to hire, but never could get that amount, and finally he got the amount and everything that he could hire his old boss to just take over and manage the company. So pretty cool.
Well, best of luck. He's worth it. He's got some dosh. Adam Rasta says, "Yep, I heard that replacing the screen though is a lot of work, and then running the games at the higher res will kill the frames per second." I mean, this is the thing. This is why, these are miraculous little devices, but they have limits. And I guess the story at the end of the day is we can't expect them to be as good as William's PC, for example, or even Ray's PC. They're designed to do a specific job.
Yes, like when they're built with certain things in mind, like 60 hertz, you can't just slap 100 hertz on it and think that it's going to be off to the races. You're going to get more, because that doesn't help anything for the GPU or the CPU handing off the frames and getting more onto the screen. It just doesn't help that way.
I love what the Valve BizDev exec Eric Peterson says. He says, having a bigger screen is something. We can make it much smaller. We can make it the size of a watch. But you wouldn't be able to actually play any games on it and have a positive experience because it's a bigger, and it has a bigger screen for me. Personally, I've noticed that it's enabled another class of games we played on it that just wouldn't be a good experience if the screen were a little bit smaller, because it would just be too hard to see everything. Right. It is what it is. And again, for me, and I know I'm an oddball, but for me, the reason I sent it back was because when I plugged it into a TV, it was a crap experience. And that's, my Switch is kind of 80% plugged into a TV or a monitor and 30% played on the and for me, the experience is exceptional in both user cases. And that's kind of what, that's why I prefer to use even my little cheap £150 Chromebook to play GeForce Now or xCloud rather than invest in a handheld, because bigger screen. And with my little Chromebook, I can flick the keyboard behind so it becomes a tablet, attach a controller, and I've got myself a rather dandy little...
I did that on my last vacation, and it worked perfect.
That's it, mate. That's it. Yeah. I didn't even think twice. I had, got on the plane rather. Out of the bag came the Chromebook, headset, and the Switch, and that was me sorted for 8 hours. That's all you need. I couldn't do GeForce Now and xCloud.
Don't you like to just grip it though? Just.
Nebraska.
Is this what he said to the? Are we still on what he said to the wife, William, or have we moved on from that?
Well, I just yelled out Nebraska. That's my safe word.
I'm talking about grabbing the handheld instead of.
No, I hear you, brother. That's what I love. That's what, And when I'm in the car, or on the plane, or a train, or on the back of a horse, getting the Switch out, I love it for that. But when I'm at home, I like to slap it in its little dock.
See, that's what that's why it's a handheld. You hold it with your hand.
You can do either. Yeah. They gave me the option for either, and I want to get the value out of it, Ray.
Miss Phoenix, stop it.
Nebraska.
Stop it, Miss Phoenix.
Sus. Right. Anyway, there you go. That was the other thing. They're claiming this is going to be $99. That seems a bit of a deal as well to me. I don't know. I mean, we shall see. There is a wait list. I got my fingers burned once. I bought a case for an iPhone, which had a little screen in the back of the case, so you could see if somebody was phoning or sending a tweet or whatever. And I paid my $99. And I never got it. And I'm gutted. I was gutted. Never saw my money. That was it. One of those, what do you call it? Kickstarter things. Never got my cash.
That'll teach you buying stuff on Wish.
That's why I've never done it since, mate. I don't go on waiting lists for stuff where Valve are saying, hey, we're not going to get ourselves into a lawsuit here, but buyer beware. Yeah, exactly what they're saying. What else we got? Very quickly, the Luna controllers have come down in price in the UK. They came down in price pretty much the same day that Luna launched in Europe. The price of the controllers dropped in the States, but remained the same price over here. So it's good to see they've come down in price. There's actually a general price drop on most things gaming as far as Amazon's concerned. There's some sort of a Amazon Gaming Week coming up, which is around the time of Memorial Day. Is that this weekend for you guys? Memorial Week? Memorial Day?
I don't know. I don't think
No,
so.
not this weekend.
It's soon, because I know Vet's got a stream.
Yeah, we got something coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Anyway, $41.99 instead of $59.99. Universally loved. You've got one, Ray, haven't you? The Luna controller.
Yeah, I got it right.
Yeah, I knew you would. My boy never lets me down. What do you reckon?
That's my
paying?
pro. This is my pro for my Nintendo, and then this is my Luna controller. And I paid full
next Monday.
price.
Thanks, Winston. I thought it was.
Paid
What
full
do these
price.
guys know? You paid the full price. But what do you
Just
think
the
though? Are you happy with it? Is it
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love the controller.
and it's Bluetooth anywhere else as well, isn't it? So you
Yeah.
can-
So I have a Fire Stick connected to the TV over the fireplace, and I'll sometimes go in there when my son's in here, and I'll play a little bit of Luna. Actually did the Fortnite. I actually did Fortnite last
For
week.
all of you guys out there wondering, it feels much like a 360 controller or a Xbox controller, and it works very similar to the way the Stadia controller worked, except you can use it Bluetooth as well. You don't have to always connect to their service.
So it goes out to the servers,
Just like
the
Stadia.
Stadia controller. Yeah.
Yep.
When you say it's like an Xbox, it's not as clicky as an Xbox controller.
Right,
is
but
it?
it's kind of smaller, and the sticks are offset a little bit. It feels more like an Xbox controller than the Stadia one did.
Gotcha.
The only thing is the batteries. Come on, guys. Come on.
Oh, it doesn't have a battery pack. You got to put batteries in it.
Have you?
You got to put
can't-
batteries in it.
What?
But
Like the
hey,
Xbox one?
wait though.
Come
Hey,
on, what
let me-
is this? 2019?
Let me show you
Exactly.
something though, Ray. You can get this for the Luna controller. I guarantee it. This is a battery pack that you recharge yourself and can snap onto it. This goes to a 360 controller.
Yes.
but it can be done.
Ooh.
It can be done.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
liking
like
that.
my Xbox 360s, I got battery packs, but I'm with.
That's
Rock.
right, Miss Phoenix. I was on it.
I'm with Rock. It is 2023. Come on, man.
Yeah, they make these things rechargeable, like the PlayStation and the
Yes.
Stadia ones. I just want to be able to plug a little USB-C in, go away for an hour, come back, and I'm on. I'm off.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm out. That's why Rudigs didn't get a scuff. Oh, yeah. See, you're paying all that money, and then you still got to put batteries in the darn thing.
Yeah, that is weak. That is a little weak.
Yeah, that's just not on. It's crazy. I never played Luna or GFN. That is crazy, actually, because you can play it for nothing.
Yeah, and Luna has given you all your Ubisoft titles. You can just go play them. Don't
Yeah,
forget
and
this
Fortnite as well. As long as you've got an Amazon Prime
You got
account, you can
Prime.
play
Yeah,
Fortnite.
you can play some games.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should be able. You should do it though, and just so that you can say you've tried it, and particularly GeForce Now, because
yes.
there's any of us can give you a priority code that lasts a
Hold on,
few
let the dog
days.
out.
Give it a little play. Same thing goes for you, Phoenix. Enough of your excuses as well. She's got a scuff. That's because she fell over playing football. And it's a built-in battery. What model takes AA? There you go, Rudigs.
Take that.
Sussed.
And Anthony would rather not try GFN or Luna.
I don't know what's wrong with him. Sorry, Rasta stepped
His
away,
shoulder.
but
He's getting
Oh
operation. He'll be
yes,
better.
of course. GeForce Now is notorious for ligament injuries.
Got to stretch, cowboy.
Yeah, exactly. Just but one of these days, mate, when you're going to get one of them high kicks and you're going to be ripping stuff, you'll be wishing that you played on GFN then.
You're gonna
Sorry,
hear rip.
Rasta.
Oh, I hope that's my pants. I hope that was my pants.
Oh, it's so funny. Bless them all, I say. Oh, Ant, go and give it a go. At least you can do one of your videos saying why you thought it was rubbish or why you thought it was excellent. One of those two. Now, this final little article, which we have here, is really for William, for various reasons. But William, our friends at NVIDIA have announced cheap $300, $400 4060 Ti and 4060 cards.
Yes,
but
sir.
there's always a big but. Price seems pretty low. What do you reckon? Just because it's got a 4 at the front, is it worth the bother?
Now, here's what, when it comes down to a GPU, if you have a computer and you're looking at upgrading your GPU, you have to ask yourself a couple questions. One of them is, what's the resolution you're going to be playing at? That is the utmost question you should ask yourself. If it's only 1080p, that 290 or 299 or 399 4060 will kick the teeth in at 1080p. You take it up to 1440. And now you don't have very good frame rate. You could also turn on DLSS because they have DLSS 3 for the 40 series cards. But basically, if you're going to be gaming at 1080p, it's a good choice. Now, there's two versions of that 4060, the 4060 and the 4060 Ti. One is going to have way more VRAM than the other. And VRAM comes into place for all the atmospheric effects and the bells and whistles that you like to turn on. Now, if you are upgrading from an older card, I would say it's probably absolutely worth it to you, especially if you don't have the 4K monitor, especially if you don't have the 1440p high-res monitor. It could be worth the price of admission. That's the cheapest, newest card that you could buy right now. All the other prices are kind of insane. NVIDIA saw over the course of the last 3 or 4 years how much money we were willing to spend on cards. And now they are asking the scalping prices. It's kind of a sad fact, but it's kind of what's happening. On top of that, onto the VRAM, like I was saying, there's two different versions of the card. A whole bunch of people are going to be confused when they go in to buy the card. Hey, I'm getting a 4060. Well, go with the cheaper model. You might not be able to turn some of that stuff on even at 1080p. So it's all up to your use case. So going back to the previous series cards, the 30 series, the 3080 and the 3080 Ti is absolutely perfect for 4K gaming. Will you run out or press the limits of your VRAM for atmospheric effects? Yes. But that's about for 4K gaming, you need at least a 3080 or above. And this 4060 isn't going to do it. It's just not. It is a newer card.
8 gig of VRAM. I mean, it's pretty low, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I think they've got an 8 and a 12, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's 8 and 16, one of the two.
Is the TI 12 maybe?
Yeah, I'm thinking so. There is a difference in the VRAM,
right? Okay.
And the core clock and all that stuff doesn't go up much going from the 4060 to the 4060 Ti. So basically, what I'm saying is, if you're on a 2060 or you're on a 16 Super, this would be worth the upgrade for that if you weren't trying to game it, 4K. 40. Yes, we're getting to that. Absolutely.
He's very excited about this.
Yes. So, but one of the big benefits from being on the 30 series or to the 40 series is the AV1 codec. Now, I was a big Stadia fan. I loved the fact that I didn't have to purchase hardware and I could just buy a game and play it.
Yeah.
And they used a certain codec and compression tools to get you the game stream. Well, they were going to be transferring over to the AV1 codec, and what that does is it halves the bandwidth needed. So just to give you an example, to stream on YouTube 2K 60 frames per second, I had to set my bit rate to 20,000, which is 20 meg upload. Okay. Now, if you want to go 4K 60, you're at like 80,000. Okay. Like that extra 30 frames really does put a big hit on that stuff.
Wow.
Anyway, so the AV1 codec kind of revolutionizes the bandwidth system. So you can get way more bang for your buck. So I switched to the 4090. It is a 40 series card. So I have encode and decode. The 30 series card only has decode. And what that means is a 30 series card can decode a video that is on the AV1 codec, but it cannot stream and encode that same image or that same signal, whatever. So I'm getting lost in the weeds here a little bit.
Yeah,
You've lost Ann.
So honestly, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Like, because when
Bandwidth.
SPG, when SPG was telling me about
Nebraska.
computers,
That's right.
I'll be honest. When SPG was telling me about computers and talking the same stuff, I was like, "Duh, what are you talking about?" But there is.
Anybody that streams can understand this. I was at 20,000. I was at 20,000 bit rate, which is 20 meg up, and I could get 2K 60. I could stream at 2K 60. Now with the same bit rate on AV1, I can do 4K 60.
Yeah,
I could probably even lower it. So as example, I was bringing up Stadia. Stadia, when it first come out, said you needed 30 megs download to get our 4K 60. Okay. Well, if they would have stuck around and they would have changed their algorithm or their if when they switched to AV1, it would have been like 12 to 15 megabytes download to get that 4K 60.
Whoa.
It would have been way different, meaning that places that had way less infrastructure would have been able to get you that game at the same quality that Stadia could deliver. It could have been very interesting.
Cloudbusters makes a good point though, because if it has a 4 at the front, it has the encoder in as well for AV1.
Yes.
So if you
Encoder
want to push for that extra resolution at a much lower price, potentially I guess you could do that. I mean, would it be able to cope with a 4K even?
No. So what I'm saying is the bandwidth is cut in half, but the game still has to be generated by the card. So if the card isn't up to gaming at 4K, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. But you could, it kind of defeats the purpose of trying to go 4K and stream at 4K if you're turning down the bells and whistles that makes it look so good. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So you might as well go to 2K if you have to do that and crank the settings up, or take it a step down and go to 1080p and crank those way up. See, that's what I mean by resolution is key when you're looking at new GPUs. The 4060 could be compelling to somebody who has a very old card, a 10 series card, or possibly a low-end 20 series card.
Yes.
Very compelling for that. But if they are trying to game at 1440p at high res or 4K, it's really not for them. They're going to need the 4080, basically.
I mean, I've got a 3080, but it's just a shame that I don't have that encoding option for the 4 series. Is so compelling.
It cuts it in half. I mean, it's so incredible. I can't imagine what Stadia might have been able to do in the markets they could have went into that didn't have the infrastructure.
Yeah.
I mean, they pulled out, maybe not prematurely. We weren't in the back rooms to know what was happening. But...
Nebraska!
Yes, again!
Oh dear. We got one final sneaked in actually by our good friend young David, who gave me some extra news items, and he said Ray would find this one interesting, although I do think I may have the wrong link before I let me just check on this a second. I don't want to.
So encode and decode is the benefit of the 40 series card, and so is DLSS 3, which is like voodoo magic for frame rates.
David did give me a nice little news item for you, Ray, but he's given me an incorrect link. So, Blood Hunt has been cancelled, apparently.
Yes.
What happened there? That wasn't long, was it?
Just didn't have the players.
Wow.
I mean, when you have those type of battle royale, you need players and not bots, and so it's just you taking on a bunch of bots, man. It's just not, you want actual players, and
Yeah.
also you want people to buy the cosmetics, and if people are not buying the cosmetics, then what's the.
Anthony, I wanna let you know that through OBS, YouTube is accepting AV1 codec. It is.
Is
You have
it?
to update. Yes, you have to update your OBS, and then you can stream with the AV1 codec. That's how I'm getting 4K 60 now, out of the same
Right.
bitrate. I didn't lower it at all or raise it at all.
Anthony Shapley says the cost savings for AV1 are
It's true.
significant for cloud gaming platforms too. Bandwidth on that sort of scale is expensive. I don't think YouTube is serving AV1 yet either. I know for a long time,
Twitch hasn't. Twitch hasn't taken it yet. And
Twitch,
that's where it's
yeah.
really going to be significant, because on
Yeah.
YouTube you can crank up your bit rate and all that. Twitch kind of handcuffs you, and they don't want high bit rate and stuff. So it will look better if you do switch to AV1 for Twitch for sure. It
Yeah,
should.
yeah. Fantastic. But not so much for Blood Hunt, Ray.
Hey, you know what? They just did a Starship Troopers, first person shooter game. I mean, one
Got
game
plenty
goes
on.
down, there's always
Yeah,
something that comes back on. So
yeah.
yeah,
That's fair enough.
but
That's fair enough.
I'm sad because I actually enjoy
Come
playing
here,
Blood Hunt.
come here, come here.
Why? Why?
It's all good.
I have
Are you
fun.
reaching over his shoulder? Ray, yell Nebraska! Yell Nebraska!
Yeah.
Right then, listen, we gotta make haste. We've got a whole SPG pro tip to get through.
Cloudbusters. Actually, we're running late. We can skip it today if you want. But
No, let's do
Cloudbusters,
it.
you have a point.
Well, unless you guys need to.
You have a point. GeForce Now has the 4080. If you have the ultimate tier and you're actually on a 4080, you can game and use that AV1 for sure.
Wow. Because Neil Jenkins earlier in the chat made a really good point. He was saying, this is the problem. I'm in the same place. Now I'm so used to playing on GeForce Now Ultimate with everything cranked up to the max. When I play on anything less, like xCloud or
can tell.
Boosteroid, I really don't want to do it. I kind of find myself not doing it.
They've got GeForce Now has cloud gaming in a judo headlock over quality. It just does, man.
Yeah.
But they gave everybody a 4080, one step down from the top of the line GPU.
Yeah.
How can you compete with that? You really can't. Look, Xbox got in bed with them.
Nebraska!
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a meme here, fellas. And I'm glad to see, Ray, while I've been away, that the teddy bear flicks have diminished somewhat. You,
See, now you didn't. Now they're gonna come back. Now
yeah,
they're
I'm
gonna
sorry,
come
mate.
back.
I'm sorry.
I'm looking for the Vet Tinkerbell memes in the future.
Yes. Oh, they're coming. When's Vet got his Tinker Vet stream?
June something.
12th?
Probably
June 12th?
mid-June. Probably
I think
June
he's
12th.
moving this coming weekend, isn't he? I think he's
Yeah.
heading down to the devil went down to Georgia. Devil went down to Georgia. He had something on his mind. Nebraska. Right. Let's get ourselves over to and I'm really keen to see this. Let's do this. Atomic Heart.
Yes, Atomic Hearts, man, is kind of a pretty interesting game. Myself and Rokk are going to disagree a little bit on a little bit of the game here, but it's glorious.
Never, my friend.
It looks gorgeous, as you can see right here. This is a 4K 60 stream. I'm not sure what this is giving it to you on but it's a gorgeous game. The water effects look great. The character models are fantastic. An innovative thing that they added to the game is the looting system. The looting system is something that I've never experienced in any other game. And, you walk up to a desk and it makes you hit a button, and then you hit another button to clear all the inventory or whatever, and then you have to mess with your inventory. This game is completely different. You just walk up and you hold your glove out, and whatever drawer is in front of you pops open and gears come flying out, and
I love that.
It absorbs into your body, and now and now you have all those parts. If it's ammo, it just absorbs and you have more ammo. It is one of the best mechanics I have experienced in a game in a long time. Now, that said, I did not like this game. I did not like this game at all. It looked next gen. The mechanic for looting was definitely awesome. Um, but like it looks like BioShock, but it is very different than that. Um, but the interesting thing is it tries to do tongue in cheek with communism a little bit, and it doesn't. It doesn't know what the game kind of doesn't know what it wants to be. It does sexual innuendo jokes with a machine that you run into. It kind of pokes fun at communism and it's and how that works, and it's just kind of an interesting game. Like you, the game is a slog though. And this is why I'm going to give you some tips here in just a second. But the game is kind of a slog. You see this beautiful world that you're looking at right now, and then they dump you in a bland bunker for 2.5 hours. Okay? Like, the game design is just a little outdated for me. Like, go find these 3 keys to open this one door that you've been standing in front of the whole time. I hate stuff like that. But the game was interesting and it kept me going. But I got to a certain part where there's a squid type monster. It's like got tentacles and it flows around. It's a real weird monster, and you're supposed to kill it with like your melee attacks and stuff. I didn't build up my melee attacks at all, so that part of the game, like, I couldn't beat it, so I ended up cheating, and that helped me complete the game. Now, Rokk beat it. Rokk beat it fair and square, didn't you, Rokk?
I did.
You did.
I did.
Now, so for the tips, this game is extremely cool. It's set up sort of like BioShock, to where you've got a hand that can kind of do some magical type stuff, and you shoot guns and stuff. You have to collect ammo. You have to collect resources. You have to collect resource items so that you can build and upgrade stuff as well. So as you're walking around and you have your hand out, you're looting all the stuff across the map and all that kind of cool stuff. But I will say conserve ammo. Ammo is hard to get right off the bat. And if you're not playing a melee build and you're going to be doing a lot of shooting, you're going to be avoiding a lot of creatures and you're going to be saving that ammo. So definitely conserve that ammo. You end up getting running into Nora, which is looks like a wardrobe that is sexually explicit. And as you walk up to it, it like, it's almost like, how are you doing, sailor? Like, it's interesting. There's a lot of cool dialogue, but what this thing is it's an upgrade station. So you can upgrade all your weapons, and you can craft health pods, because you're going to need health. You can craft ammo, and you can craft new weapons. And this thing stores it as well. You have a limited resource to your inventory. So if you make 100 health power-ups, you can't hold 100 health power-ups. You have to manage your inventory much like Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3, the original ones, the way they were way back in the day. So that's kind of a hassle as well. You have to look at the environment and find places to climb and to get around puzzles. They have these locks that are on the doors that you use your glove to get into, and some of it is like a audio timed puzzle. Sometimes it's not, and it's a little different, and you still have to solve the puzzle to get through the door. Pretty interesting stuff. You scavenge. You have to scavenge and dismember well, you don't have to dismember, but you have to scavenge all of the parts that, like, from this robot. If you killed this robot, you could collect parts from it for upgrades and other stuff. Make sure you scavenge all the bodies. Your hand gets a scan thing that you can scan the room, like it goes into a wireframe like view, and it shows everything that's going on around the screen. Make sure you use that a lot. Robots that are standing still, you may not be able to see. It takes a little to get used to, but you can definitely use that. And update those polymers. Upgrade them. Upgrade the polymers. Upgrade your melee attacks, and try and have a good time. So let me give you, this is the last thing I'll say, and then I want to throw it to Rokk and get his opinion on the game, because it's going to be different than mine. But I cheated to get through the game. I used a thing called WeMod. Okay, and it's a trainer, not a mod. When you think of mods, you think of Skyrim, where people put new missions in and new characters and new dialogue. That's not what this is. It's just a trainer. So what it did is it gave me unlimited crafting material. It gave me unlimited upgrade tokens. So I upgraded everything right away, did all that stuff, and the game became immediately easier and better to play for me. But I cheated my butt off. But it's called Wii Mod, and you install it like a program, and there's a whole bunch of games in there that you can look up and cheat with. Don't do it for any online multiplayer games. You will get banned possibly, but on the single player games, it's worth doing because it does expand the life of these games a little bit. So, okay, at the end of this game, no spoilers on story, no spoilers on any of that stuff, okay? But listen to this. Even the developers of this game knew how unfun and how much of a slog it was to get through. Because right before the end guy, the developers give you an option to go, nah, I'm done. I've had enough of this shit. I'm done with the game. Like, or go fight the end guy. They gave you the choice. All right, Rokk, what do you think, bud?
Well, I don't remember. I
They gave
kind
me
of
a
feel
choice.
like you and I were playing a different game. I loved this game, but the caveat being that, as all games, because life's too short and the world is full of games, I played it on the easy mode. And, I think like a lot of games, if you play it on even normal mode or the developer's chosen mode, you're going to struggle. I really loved the context of the game. I loved the uniqueness, if there is such a word, of the graphics. I get your whole thing about BioShock, but I think
it's vastly different, though.
I mean, I think that's at a stretch.
It just I'm trying to describe the mechanic of using guns and then having like a magic hand. It just That's the only similarity. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I agree that you can almost imagine there was a big kind of staff meeting of ideas. And they we love all these. Let's try and build them all into the game. And they probably could have been, I think this was their big first game. It was a kitchen sink effort. They've thrown everything into it. They've shown that they absolutely are masters of Unreal. And, and some of the textures and
the game played beautifully.
Just gorgeous. Yeah, it just works. It works. And I see, for me, the gameplay of puzzles with combat and loot, those three things together are like three of my favorite things in a game, and this one tickled my trout. Well, it actually massaged my budgie.
I really Nebraska. I really enjoyed though the locks, those mechanisms, and trying to solve them. Because if you did them really quick, ding ding ding, like it was an audio puzzle.
Yes.
If you did it quick enough. Yeah, it was really cool. Very
Some of them were a struggle, and I mean, seeing now the part where you can see what's going on in the room, and it does give you that sort of heat map thing of what you can do and stuff. I really enjoyed it. Also, it's actually got quite a good story behind it as well. If you're able to kind of keep up with the whole story and move it forward.
What did you think of the first 2 hours, Rokk? When they showed you the beautiful world?
Yeah, a lot of people pulled out within those first 2 hours, which is a real shame. I've said this before about Death Stranding as well. That the first couple of hours of a lot of games are where 90% of people bail out.
Yes, it's the most important.
For most games.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this before. I've been playing Redfall and other games, and it's always interesting to me when you get an achievement and it says like 7.4% people have achieved this, and you think clearly most people never get this far in a game.
It's true. I want to say one more thing about a tip. Stealth, forget about it. It's over.
Yeah,
you ain't
just
doing
run.
no stealth. You ain't doing no stealth,
Exactly. Stealth doesn't work in this game.
They tell you in the beginning, they're like, oh, you can sneak up behind them and just get the parts.
Can't.
No, you can't. You
can't. You can't.
You'll hide behind a box 30 meters away, and they're like, I see you. You're like, no, you don't. What are you talking about?
It's not a game for everybody. There are definitely parts of it that are infuriating. But if you like a challenge, then I would definitely say play it at the developer's preset level or above, because it can get tough.
Oh, yeah.
Even on baby mode, there were some tough parts in there that I had to keep coming back to finish off.
Yeah, that monster I was talking about with the tentacles, right? That thing was I
There's some of those bosses are actually quite quite pucker.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoyed it, and I appreciate. I tell you what, though, hat off to you for completing it. If it really wasn't, the sort of game you would normally enjoy.
Well, I just found out I'm just too old. I'm just like, forget it. I'm gonna cheat. I don't care.
What did you? What would you give out of 10 then?
For the overall experience, I would say a 6 because it was.
So you gave it more than Jedi then, more than Survivor.
Yeah,
wow,
I actually would because this is one of their first attempts. The Jedi, they had a bite at the apple already. They should have really came back and blew our socks off.
Yeah.
But this is their first go around, and I think they did amazing for their first go around. Not my type of game though. Like I don't like to be locked out of a door I see right away, and I got to go find 3 keys that are going to take me 2 hours. I don't like that kind of level design. But
fair enough. That's fair enough. And,
but I do like what they their effort is what I'm saying.
No, it's good, and I think I'm really pleased that you completed it because for me, your opinion is very, very valid. I think anybody that plays half an hour of a game and then condemns it, I mean there's no justification.
I had strong opinions on it, and I wanted to discuss it, and I thought it would have been weak or cheap if I didn't beat it.
Yeah,
I mean. At least have the whole experience under your hat.
Even if you use cheats, you're still getting the full experience of the game. You're still working, you're getting what the developers wanted you to understand in terms of the story arc and everything.
And what I mean by cheat and get a little more longevity out of your games is this. With Cyberpunk, you had to pick a build. This is kind of the same way. You're not going to max out everything.
Yes.
No, you gotta pick a lane and stick to it, or you're never going to get powerful.
I tell you what else I like. There's so many unique parts. The ability to kind of go into the gel and then find your way through different buildings and stuff.
Yeah, that was an interesting mechanic where you would swim in the air and stuff.
Yeah, and you can hear voices and children laughing and stuff, and little bits of the story as you go down and through the I'm sure they were smoking something, but unique.
It was very unique, man, and very beautiful. Like very beautiful.
Gorgeous game. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much, my friend. Thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a great review and loads of good tips as well. So that's awesome. I'm guessing now with your Wii Fit or whatever it is, your cheat mode thing, we're going to be seeing a lot more of this.
Well, like I said, I used it. I kicked Cyberpunk's teeth in every which direction, and then I said, what happens if I cheat? This could be interesting. So, and it's like so fun. Rokk, if you have never completed Cyberpunk or whatever, do that. Cheat. It is so fun. You're a jack of
I'm gonna
all
have to
trades.
get this link. What is it? What do you pay for this Wii Fit
free.
thing?
It's absolutely free. Now there is a paid section to it if you want, but you don't have to. The difference between the paid version and the not paid version is hitting F1 rather than clicking on it with your mouse to make it active.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So but it's very interesting. It'll get you more mileage out of some of these games. Anyway.
Excellent. We'll definitely convolute or whatever. It's completely the wrong word, but I'm still 6 hours behind here. Raymond, are you ready with your praise, my friend?
Yes, I am.
Let's do this.
Guys.
We just had the praise animation.
I see.
All right. Now you can
go. We are praising a wonderful person, guys. It's Mr. Fox's Socks.
Woo.
And I just joined his Discord last week. He's a gamer, content creator, and he's also a writer. Let me look, he's got congratulations. He's got about over 9,000 subscribers.
Nice.
I actually watched this video right here. Oh, come on. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Skip. All right. Here he is playing the Amazing Spider-Man. I've watched him stream. He does co-streams with Meg. Wonderful content.
I thought he'd look more Canadian. I'm just saying.
Just an awesome content creator. You guys go give him some support, subscribe, follow, look at some of his content, his storytelling, his shorts are pretty amazing. He's got a pretty just awesome looking thumbnails, but I love how he interacts with the audience, and his writing is really good. Check out some of his writings. He does has a series that he does. So just real quick, his goals. I love his goals. His goals for 2023 is don't die. He wants to hit 20K subs on YouTube, 8K on Twitch. He is also a Twitch streamer, and yeah, he's the creator of the Watchers Chronicle, which if you guys go to his channels, you can check out some of that. But yeah,
Talented
kudos to him.
guy. Talented guy.
Very, very, very talented and a
Nice.
really cool guy. And I love when he co-streams with certain people. And as soon as I joined his Discord, he welcomed me with open arms. Once again, congratulations and thank you. And I look, come on, Fox in the Socks.
Yeah,
Sounds
right.
like that's a cool name. I love the name Fox and Socks. So congratulations and thank you for your awesome content.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, my friend. As always, that's I was not, I have to say, this was the only time I think in a long time that I wasn't actually familiar with who you're praising. So I'm really looking forward to going in, checking out some of his content.
Check him out.
Yeah.
I was going through some of his videos and some of the games. Really impressed.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to play this once more because everybody loves it. It's the end of another little Tuesday ensemble, the three amigos, as it goes. William, how are things on the old back front and what have you, my friend? How's that all going?
Doing well. I'm gonna get this pump removed, most likely. There's still a little debate about that. My doctors are getting together and doing a little debate, dotting their I's and crossing their T's. But Thursday, I'm sitting down with the surgeon that may be removing it, finding out when to look forward to that. Yeah, man, doing pretty darn good actually. The weather's changed, so that helps quite a bit.
Yes. What temperatures have you got up there now then?
Like 70 to 80, between 70 and 80 every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. 75 is my sweet spot. I'm very happy with 75.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Anything. We had like 80 to 90. I don't know. Ray may know this because he was watching the videos. But when the last day that we were driving up to Miami, we were seeing these guys running like runners, with the number thing and everything, in 90 plus degrees, running along the Keys bridges, and we checked it out. They were doing. Check this out, William. A 100K run.
At 90 degrees.
In 90 degrees. They were running from, I think it was Miami, down to Key West. 100K. There was a 50K, but even 50K, I couldn't even do 0.005K.
Well,
and in that heat as well.
If you consider, man, running in that heat, that's pretty damn dangerous. I know they're athletes and they're hydrating and everything, but...
Yeah. We said this because, as we're driving along, occasionally, you would see the sort of support cars with the numbers and stuff. But there were stretches where you'd sort of, have a couple of people far apart. And they were on their own, and you think, wow, any one of these could fall over, and it could take a while before they get somebody come along.
There was a race over in the UK, I think. I think it was the UK. Maybe it was over here. I'm not sure. But where the brother helped his other brother across the finish line, and he was basically heat stroking. Yeah, he was like heat stroking, couldn't even move his body right. He was,
Was that a recent one when he was in a wheelchair? Are you thinking of, or are you thinking of something else before?
No, a brother just went and helped his other brother across the finish line. He lost because he helped his brother. He would have been first.
Oh, that's nice.
High school, I was varsity cross country and track.
Wow.
When I was a sophomore, junior, and senior in high school.
Wow.
Well, as Crystal says, you used to be very attractive, Ray.
Yes, I know.
Oh, bless
KFC, Burger King, McDonald's.
Let me count the ways.
Yeah, you've earned to look like this, my friend.
Exactly.
That's absolutely right.
Come on, I was what?
I think Miss Phoenix is right.
Yeah, I was 16, 17, 18. I'm 50, okay? But
Yeah.
anyway, but I'm gonna tell you something. Cross country, the coach had a bucket. About the time I got to the destination, I would fall to my knees and I would throw up in the bucket.
Really?
Um, yeah, when I used to race, I had oxygen. They had oxygen on the side, and
Struth.
I would do the oxygen, and then I would get back and do the
Would
other.
you hyperventilate a little bit and get more of
Dude,
it in you?
I mean, because we
That's what they do, bro.
tell
That's
us,
what they do.
dude, we were like freaking race horses, man. And
Wow.
Coach Grant showed Ray, get up. You got to get
Wow.
ready for the next race. And I mean, I didn't. He wouldn't even. I got to stretch. I got to stretch. But it was fun. But man, kudos to those runners because
Yeah.
it
Oh,
ain't.
we were well impressed.
It's tough. It is tough.
Well impressed. Yeah, the Keys 100, it was called. Ultra
Ultra. Oh.
Marathon.
Oof.
Ultra Marathon. 100-mile run. There you go.
That is incredible.
And this, yeah, what was this? It was the weekend. This weekend just gone when we flew back. But I mean, and do you know what? There were old guys as well, like really little old fellas and young, not young. Nobody was under 18, but youngsters, and you just think to yourself, wow. And I'm sure a lot of them were doing it for charity,
Yeah.
just to raise money and stuff. So, absolutely amazing. Absolutely good. Keys 100 is a 100-mile point-to-point running race from Key Largo to Key West. Both teams and individuals compete. There's also a 50-mile option from Marathon to Key West for individuals and teams, and a 50K individual race from Big Pine Key to Key West. All races finish at Higgs Beach
Well, I'll
on
be
the
honest
Atlantic
with you.
Ocean.
Somebody says, "Do you want to run?" I'll say, "Who's chasing me?"
Yeah.
I ain't doing it for fun. Yeah. Safe word. That's right.
Oh man, William, what do you got coming up this week, my friend? Have you got anything decent
Oh,
streaming going on? Or?
I think I'm going to attempt to start High on Life tomorrow.
Oh, great! You'll love
Oh,
that.
great.
Yeah,
You'll
I
love
heard.
it.
I started it. I got like 3 minutes in and went, "Oh, I'm going to have to record this for reaction," so I stopped.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
But yeah,
Good
so
fun.
I
Great,
should,
some great jokes, some really funny moments in that game.
I should be attempting to try that tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Friday we're going back to some more Among Us. And I'm telling you, Rock, you got to get in on this because everyone
will,
is
my
getting
friend, I
very,
will.
very good at lying and
I don't know if I
gaslighting.
could.
Everyone.
I don't know if I could kick him off the ship though. And he would make. I don't know.
Let him
If
airlock
I
you a
know.
couple
That'd be
times,
like
Ray.
it'd
Let
be
him
like
airlock
it'd be
you.
like putting an old dog down, Ray, wouldn't it? It was. I can't put old Bozo down. That would be.
But it's a
me.
lot of fun. But everyone is getting so. They got me convinced the rules are different. I'm like, what?
Really?
Yeah.
I've
It's
not
incredible.
even watched a whole game though. I should watch it first and try and get my head around it. I reckon.
Super easy.
it's
Just
really
lie.
cool because when you got two imposters, your partner will back you up, and we'll try and say somebody else. And
So
that's
like
what
you
we did.
can, so you've got 15 people on the ship. 2 of them are killers. If you've got a whole 15, 2 of them
Yeah.
are killers. The way we play, and you can shapeshift into other people. So you can go hide in a corner, shapeshift into Ray, go walk up next to Ray, kill somebody, run away, and they either think Ray did it or they go, "Hey, Ray's not it," because But you can also have a teammate, and sometimes this is where it comes to strategy and
Yeah.
just being brutal. If you have a teammate who's the other imposter, you can shapeshift into them. So like they airlock them, but you're still safe. So you
Really?
can pretend, "Hey, I saw them do it," and
Oops.
like get your own buddy. Yeah, airlock. There's a whole bunch of strategy, but it's so much fun.
Oh wow! I would definitely turn on one day because it. Am I right in saying it's free to play it on
It's
xCloud
on-
or something?
It's on Game
Yeah.
Pass.
Game Pass.
And it's like $3 on Steam, and you can play it mobile, like on Android or whatever.
Oh.
So,
Play it on your Switch.
yep. Play on
Yeah,
the
I've
Switch.
seen it on Switch. Yeah, I've seen it on.
Yeah.
I think it's about £7 on Switch. Maybe wrong. I may be wrong. But good stuff. Look forward to that, my friend. And Raymondo,
Yo,
the
no
cyborg.
stream tonight. Once again, got the brother-in-law coming in from Brazil.
Brazil.
But tomorrow, guys, Dr. Spaceman is doing a showcase. If you guys don't know, it's the PlayStation Showcase tomorrow. And
Yes.
so I know my good friend Rue Diggs, myself, and probably he'll have some other guests, and we'll see what Sony's got the offer. I heard.
What do you think? It's got some. You've heard some stuff.
I think they've got some awesome marketing plan for everyone.
I definitely want to see some Wolverine gameplay, and I want to see some the Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man game.
Looks good.
Wolverine.
Good. Yeah.
Just I want to see that. But I heard they have
handheld.
I heard rumor has it that they have a very big surprise. So
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to be happy until they do day and date on the cloud. Until they say, their own games day and date. If you buy them, you can play them on the cloud if you want to. Then
I'm playing Ratchet and Clank. I didn't buy. It's
great, isn't it? Drift apart.
It's still $70 in the store, but I got.
Have you played Humanity yet, Ray? Have you given that go?
You know what? I heard the reviews on that are really good.
Yeah,
I might check that out.
I think you'll like. It's a good streamer. You'll be a good one for you to stream. I've played a little bit of it. I've got the basics down, but you'll enjoy it. It's a good game, good fun game.
I got to check it out. There will not be Wolverine gameplay. That's from the Cowboy. I guess he's got
insider knowledge. Yeah, he knows. He knows. Absolutely. Well, yes. As for me, I'm just trying to stay awake. I will be back tomorrow for some more whatever it is, Rock Around the Clock. Yes, I don't know if you guys, you may not have heard, but my 360-degree camera that I started doing some stuff with. Well, I plunged it into the water without making it waterproof while I was away. No. Yeah, it will work underwater, but you have to seal it by making sure all the compartments are closed. And I didn't do that. I had it actually plugged into a battery charging thing. So I fried, and I managed to get the card out okay. Right. I've recovered all the film up to that point. But it's an insurance job now, sadly. Yeah. So
it's not going to be recording anything more.
No, not even a 160. So that was a bit of a blow, but there'll be more. Yeah. I'll hopefully get the old travel insurance to sort that one out. But so anyway, a bit of a rock around the old clock tomorrow. Thursday, of course, players. Friday, the big giveaway, and then it's rinse and repeat. I'm working on some other stuff. I want to try and mix it up a bit on the old channel. I've got some ideas for some shows and bits and pieces, but just playing through. Plus, we've got a new theme tune for Rock Around the Clock. Which,
wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm working on the graphics, so it's gonna not be till probably the end of next week. But it's good. Our good friend Al Davis, who did the Rock Players theme, has come to the rescue with a really decent, unique theme. So he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Fellas, thank you so much. And thank you, chat, as well. You've been absolutely brilliant.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you to Geek to Sneak and to Vet for dropping those awesome chats as well.
Geek to Sneak.
Was there another one?
Geek to Sneak. I think he gave you.
He did $1.99, and Vet as well. Vet did a couple. Yeah. Did Ant do one as well? Don't think he did. He normally does. I don't mean to put pressure on you, Ant. But I think it was those two fellas.
We know your shoulder hurts. We don't want to put too much pressure on you.
No, bless him. Right, that'll do it then, fellas. Let's get the hell out of here. And we'll be back next Tuesday. Right. More of the same. Take care. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys. Take care. Be safe.